Hey, good evening. Welcome into our Cubs Recap Podcast, live edition after Game 2 of the National League Division Series as the Cubs fall in a very tough 0-2 hole as the Brewers bang 3 home runs and bludgeon the Cubs 7-3 in a game that started with great hope after Seiya Suzuki hit a 3-run jack, a missile in the first inning off Aaron Ashby, but the offense pretty much went into hibernation from that point on. With Ryan McGuffey, Gordon Wittenmeyer, I'm David Kaplan. Tell your friends we're live after every playoff game. Look, they all had their fun, and Mizorowski's running over to first. Good for them. They earned it. They have every right to celebrate, chirp, hold up the freaking L flags that they're holding up there right now. Good for them. You know what? They spent $100 million less than you, and they got a way better baseball team. That's just a fact.
No question. And there's no friggin' excuse for it. Imanaga did not lose this game. Jed Hoyer did. Jed Hoyer lost this game at the end of July when he didn't add enough pitching. We said it then. We said it a week later. We said it a month later. We said it 2 days ago. This is on them. They had this team set up to win in the postseason, not to beat some staggering team like the Padres in a 3-game series, but to go deep. They had it set up with enough pitching. And stuff like Cade Horton, stuff like maybe a guy fades a little down the stretch, that happens. Every team in this playoff field has had key guys go down. Brian Wu went down for the Mariners. He's by far their best pitcher, and they're taking the Tigers into Game 3 tied, and they got a really good chance to win that series and go to the ALCS. Turner was out for the Phillies. He's back after 1 game in the regular season to get right. He's back. He's producing. They might not win that series, but everybody deals with this stuff. And they had a chance to fix this and have the reinforcements that a big market team demands. Never mind that you just had the opportunity as a team in playoff position, and they didn't do it. They chose not to do it, and that's why they're in this position right now.
It's so ridiculously maddening that you have teams throughout baseball right now in the postseason, and the Cubs 5 straight times have thrown a starter out there with the idea that the quick hook's coming. You pulled a starter in this series in the first inning that should have never been on the mound in Game 1. And Shota Imanaga had the question marks in the 7.2 ERA in the first inning. Yeah, he looked good in those first 2 hitters, strikeout, single, bomb. Andrew flipping Vaughn. Are you kidding me? And then Colin Ray comes in a 7-3 game, and what's he do?
Shuts him out. Looks good. 55 pitches. Gordon, you and I were talking about it before we came on. He looks awfully comfortable out there, whether there's traffic on or not, whether he's got a hitter's count or not. He knew how to pitch. He pitched in command, in control, and I just don't understand.
That ballpark, he pitched there for those guys, and he looked like it. He looked comfortable.
So you say Jed Hoyer, and I say it's a combination of the whole group, Jed Hoyer and Craig Counsell, because some of the decisions, and I know it's not just Craig Counsell's decision to name a starter for Game 1, Game 2, Game 3, et cetera. It's an organizational decision. But I'm telling you, I liked the Justin Turner. I pushed back on the I thought that was a great move today. Of course, the chess match that was going on between Pat Murphy and Craig Counsell, everyone thought they were just doing the opener and then settling in. Instead, it was a bullpen game, and give kudos to Pat Murphy. But the Cubs offense, folks, that needs to be talked about too, because this is about 2 things. This is about not having enough starting pitching, and this is about a Cubs offense that just completely disappears. 2 singles, 1 by Justin Turner in the second, 1 by Nico Horner in the 5th, and that's it after the first inning. That's ridiculous. 35 out of the 43 innings the Cubs have hit in the playoffs, they have a 0 frame. 0 frame. They've scored 12 runs in 5 games.
I'll give you one more. They said this on the broadcast. I think I got this right. 3 or fewer runs in 12 consecutive playoff games for the Cubs going back years, which ties, I believe I got this right, ties a major league record.
Yeah, Ray says hitting has been awful. Double-digit strikeouts in every postseason game. That won't get it done. 9 of 12 runs, all by the home run. Brewers scored 8 runs in Game 1, 0 long balls. Cap, I mean, look, this is just about the haves and the have-nots right now, and the haves decided to keep the money in their pocket.
Yeah, it's fair. I always argue with my wife, and my wife said to me a long time ago, this team is going to live and die by the home run. They don't manufacture enough runs, and they don't go out and get enough pitching. And I keep trying to push back. Now, hun, they're one of the better home run hitting teams in baseball, but they needed to do something at the deadline. And I'm not saying Mackenzie Gore was the answer for the price they wanted. I'm not saying Joe Ryan was. You couldn't get Merrill Kelly. You couldn't get Shane Bieber. There were guys that moved.
How about Zach Littell?
There's another one.
Zach Littell for a bargain from the Rays. A nice rent-a pitcher. He made every start for him down the stretch.
Yeah, but the Cubs decided they wanted Michael effing Soroka.
I mean, they didn't even go get Adrian Hauser, for God's sakes. Like, they did nothing to fortify that rotation. So you prepare. So you prepare for something unknown. Cade Horton goes down. Okay, not saying someone can replace that, but it's next man up. The NLDS, if the Cubs plotted it right and a good rotation, your Game 4 starter should have started Game 1. Not this whole, rush around, reshuffle. Matt Boyd, I saw what Joe Madden said today on MLB Network, that the Cubs were treating him as an opener. Then you know what? Pack up your shit. It's time to go home because you don't have enough. And you're trying to get too cute. And you're reinventing yourself in October. And your roster's not good enough. Your pitching's not good enough. And quite frankly, right now, your manager's not good enough, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think he's a vastly overrated guy. He was the beneficiary. We should all be, have the hammer when you've got a market where people are going to bid on you. Good for him. He's not an $8 million guy.
What did we say day one when that surprising move came down at the GM meetings, when he got hired suddenly by the Cubs and everybody thought he was going somewhere else? What did we say on that emergency podcast, Cap? We said, okay, fine. That's great.
You better spend money to support him.
It better mean that they're backing that up, and they haven't done it. The closest thing they came to doing that was Kyle Tucker, and I give them all the credit in the world. They set things up going into motion into the season, and it paid off. And then they just sat around and did nothing. They took a freaking nap for 4 months.
Michael Crumpley says the Blue Jays gave up their number one pitching prospect for Bieber. Cubs didn't have the prospects to get the pitchers. Hey, you're wrong, Michael. They do have the prospects. They decided not to trade them. That's their right, and maybe they'll be proven correct that those guys will become outstanding players. But guess what? Gordon mentioned Zach Littell. Griffin Jacks was a reliever from Minnesota who went down to Tampa. I saw the Yankees get 3 relievers. I saw the Phillies get Joan Duran. I saw the Mets go get relievers. I saw the Rangers go get players. I saw the Mariners go get players.
The Kansas City Royals got players.
The bullshit has to stop. Well, we didn't want to pay those prices in terms of prospects. Then guess what? You'll probably get your goddamn ass swept on Wednesday in front of your home fans, and you deserve it.
And what does it say that Taylor Rogers is one of the guys that got picked up? He was a guy that the Reds included in a trade to make the money work. They weren't going to get what they wanted out of him anyway. They had decided they weren't using him in any leverage again. He was cycling out of any form of trust at all in that bullpen, and they got rid of him. And who picked him up?
Well, look, this was just about getting in, right? We got to be a 90-win team, and Tom Ricketts said it to Cap and I on the couch in the studio. Right, we just got to get in the dance. Well, it's that. Then you did. Congratulations. Fly a banner. You got in the dance. So did the Cincinnati Reds. You got it. You got 2 more. You got 3 more games than the Cincinnati flipping Reds. And the Reds are a lot more compelling right now than the Cubs. It's just been a tough watch. It really has. Yes, it was fun that they won the wild card series, but that was even down to the last inning of that series. It's 3-1, runners in scoring position. The Cubs left plenty of guys on base, just like right now. They're not even getting guys. There's 0 traffic. There is 0 threat. Do you see how in control that Brewers dugout is? They never sat on their hands the entire time after the first inning. After it was 3-3, the Brewers were top step the whole time, laughing. Literally, Cap. They're laughing. The players are so relaxed. It got so quiet. It got so quiet in American Family Field with a 7-3 lead. I looked over at my wife and I was like, this is a playoff game. between the Cubs and the Brewers. And everyone's like, ho-hum, just another day at the ballpark.
I'm looking at the replays right now of the home runs by Vaughn and Contreras and Churio. Those pitches were so center cut. It was screaming, hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me, and boom, there they go. So, yeah, the Cubs have no one to blame but themselves, man.
Yeah,
58. Go ahead, Gordon.
We're ripping rightfully so what the Cubs front office has not done. Look at what this Brewers front office is. That team right there has so many ways to beat you offensively. They can pitch. They've proven that they can pitch. They can throw arms at you in the bullpen. They can set it up left, right, and power. But they can score a bunch of different ways. They run like crazy when they get on base. They make contact. And when you, as you point out, those center cut pitches, when you make a mistake, they can do damage. They're bottom third in baseball in home runs, but they hit what they're supposed to hit over the fence. And they just have so many ways they can come at you. They hit no home runs and scored 9 runs in the first game. Was it 9 runs? Yeah. They hit 3 home runs and scored 7 in the second game. So again, so many ways they can beat you. And the Cubs just find ways to torpedo themselves. It's just
Gordon. You just summed up an identity right there for the Milwaukee Brewers. You just literally this is the team and here's who they are. I'm asking you both, what's the Cubs' identity?
It's year to year. It's okay. Well,
their identity is
right now, tonight, what's their
they're a good defensive team.
Okay.
You know what? And I'll say that's what they've been building for 3-4 years. That's what they've hung their hat on for 3-4 years. They're going to make their pitching better by making their defense better. And then you don't have to score as many runs and you'll be in so many more games. You'll be competitive. And you've got a floor now. That's their identity. Their identity is a floor. I'd like to see an identity that reaches for a ceiling.
Well,
they don't think that way over there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem building your identity by being the best defensive team up the middle in baseball, Gordon. I don't. Then you go out there and you invest in the damn pitching. So you make these games 2-1, 3-1. And you're not seeing a team that finished 22nd in baseball and slugging and home runs this year come out all of a sudden in the postseason with a week off and are the highest slugging team in baseball all of a sudden. Because you don't have the damn arms and you're throwing them when they haven't had enough rest. And you got Colin Ray just sitting down there throwing the ball like, I'm waiting. I'm sitting here pitching the whole season with a 2.4 ERA all the way in September and into the postseason. Yet, for some reason, and the guy who knows him best manages him, doesn't get the call until the Cubs are down 7-3, or in the other game when he's pitching in mop-up duty. I don't get it. I just don't get it when they were set up so well for this series. And even tonight, they were set up so well. And Shota's been a good pitcher. Has he been great? No. Has he been good down the stretch? No. He's been terrible.
He's been terrible.
23 home runs since the All-Star break. His first inning
home runs in his last 9 starts, counting tonight. 50.
There you go. And you know what? I'm asking this seriously. Why not do the opener? If you did the opener against San Diego, I'm being dead serious. Why not do the opener tonight?
Right. I mean, you might as well. I mean, we said it already. Make Colin Ray the starter and call him if you want. But you know that if he's going well, you can get 3-4 innings out of him. That's what you got tonight. If he gives you 3 or 4 innings, great. If he gives you 1 2/3, okay, you take it and you bring in the next guy. And Imanaga can be your bulk guy if you don't get that out of Ray.
But you know what? We can talk all you want about the pitching. The offense is freaking broken. That offense is handcuffed. Whether it's Dylan Cease for San Diego or that tall drink of water Mizorowski who dominated them at 104, whoever they brought in, that offense looks awful.
But I'll tell you something, Cap. If you score 3 right off the bat, if you close all those Brewers runs were with 2 outs, you close out that first inning against the Brewers, and you take a 3-0 into the next inning and the next inning, that's a different ball game. And maybe you're not pressing to score. Maybe you add 1 more. And then all of a sudden 4 runs should be enough to win. It should be enough to win a playoff game if you have a playoff pitching staff. And you know those guys. You know of the teams you're going to face in the playoffs, you're not going to know anybody better than that team, and vice versa. So who did the better job preparing? I mean, you should have every bit of information at your disposal to prepare for that team. You know them better than anybody else, and vice versa. And one team has looked prepared, especially prepared to face the other.
Mike Rizzo says, if Ray started, we would have won. Mike, stop. Stop, please. Mike. No one wants him to win more than me.
Don't rip Mike for that. You and I said he should have started. Maybe they would have won.
No, they weren't going to win. They're outmanned, Gordon. Be honest. They're outgunned by this Milwaukee team.
He looked good.
Better.
I don't know, Cap. I love you, but I don't know how you could say you definitely wouldn't have won. I don't know how you could say that.
You would have had a better chance
because you can't hit.
But if Colin Ray doesn't give up a 3-run homer, in the first inning,
I don't think he's going to throw a shutout. And guess what? You got 2 hits after the first inning.
I agree. Well, it's almost like as soon as Andrew Vaughn hit that home run, though, Cap, you could just look over at the Cubs and blue.
The complexion of the game changes.
100%.
And especially when you're already the team down 1-0. Now you start pressing. If you're not pressing, if you're playing with a lead for 3-4 innings, that's a different ball game. You might add on 2-3 more runs.
Add on 2 or 3 more runs. What were you smoking tonight?
It's a different ball game in the scenario I just described.
That's a bunch of bullshit, Gordon. That offense sucks.
Cap, you have to pitch in the playoffs.
I don't disagree. They can't hit, Gordon.
Right, and that's one of the problems. But they did score 3 runs. If they pitch like a playoff pitching staff, they have a chance to win that game. They did it twice against the Padres.
Kyle Tucker looks horrific.
Horrible. But who looks good, Cap? Seriously, who looks good?
To go around, but when you give up that many runs early, you change the complexion of the game.
Agreed.
You change the tone of the game. Everything's different the rest of the way. The other team starts adding on instead of you.
Agreed. And you know what else? Look at the guy. So you do a bullpen game, right? So the Brewers do a bullpen game, which in the playoffs and a game 2 it's almost laughable to think about how far the game has come, or that we're doing bullpen games. But look at what these guys are coming in throwing. And I'm not just talking about Mizorowski. That shit's nasty. I mean, everything's got speed, velo, dip, drop. The Cubs have a bunch, I'm not sitting here ripping on some of the Drew Pomeranz, phenomenal story. Brad Keller, phenomenal story. Colin Ray, these are good stories, but these are veteran journeyman pitchers that have kind of reclaimed themselves. That's what the Cubs are throwing. The Cubs are they're throwing.
They're acquiring. That's what the Cubs are acquiring, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
and they're developing pitchers now like they did a decade ago, but not enough. Not the way some of these other teams are.
Yeah. I mean, so.
Very disappointing, but not surprising.
They come home, backs against the wall. Was it 89% of teams that have gone up 2-0 have come back or have gone on to win the series?
Yeah, correct.
I mean, it's not 99%, it's 89%. But this team doesn't feel like a team that's going to catch fire. And there's a fan base, and there's 1 million comments here, 1 million. And you see what they're saying, guys. The entire fan base is screaming. Now, you might get 30,000 happy people at the game on Wednesday. Maybe there's 10,000 who are ready to have the pitchforks. But people, this is what the tone of the fan base is, that your biggest move at the trade deadline was 48 hours prior to you announced a 5-year extension for Jed Hoyer.
Yeah, that's the biggest move they made at the deadline. I'm telling you something. I feel for these fans. I'm getting a colonoscopy later this week. I feel like I'm right alongside 30 or 40,000 fans of the Cubs this week. I'm not the only one taking it up. Never mind.
You might be in better position right now than anybody else.
At least I'm getting some anesthesia.
Enjoy. Absolutely enjoy. All right. So they get tomorrow off, and then you go to
Jamison Tyone, I assume, right?
What's that?
Jamison Tyone, I'm assuming?
Yes, they haven't said, but it will be.
I'm pulling up comments here from our guy, from your boy, Craig Counsell. That's Cap's guy. Craig,
so overrated.
Agreed. Is he? I'm being honest. Like,
how can you not be overrated? You're $40 million manager.
You're the highest paid manager in the history of the game. I mean, and
you're not particularly special.
No, and you have all the information, and it seems like all the information you're getting, you're doing the opposite of. Let's see. Craig just always has that same look, doesn't he? Just kind of scratching his head, taking the hat off. Nothing like it's just. Here I'm looking. You're not going to win playoff games giving up 2 3-run homers. That's too much to overcome.
No, where'd you park the cop car, Dick Tracy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like this seems like maybe the Cubs get one. But Taillon, here's the thing I want to see. I mean, I guess your back's against the wall, so any signs of trouble, Taillon's getting pulled too. But then where are you going? Seriously. Shit, it don't matter.
Quinn Priester.
It's going to be Priester?
I would think.
There was talk he would be the guy to come in after the opener.
Didn't it seem like in the in-game interview that even Craig was expecting that?
Yes.
That Craig was like, well, it looks like they're going to go to a bullpen game here, and we're going to just have to figure it out. When he said that, I'm like, bye-bye. I'm like, checkmate.
How do you not? You know, the thing about game one is not only did you have the day off in between, but it was a blowout early. So both bullpens got a break. Like you could bring in, all your low leverage guys, or, and like Savali and Ben Brown, and so the Cubs were in good shape, but so were the Brewers. So they could do whatever they want in game two.
Not good, disappointing, but get back at it Wednesday, find a way to win a baseball game. But they're a better team, just being honest.
Well, hell yeah, they're a better team. They're showing right now that they're the best team in the game.
Didn't the Cubs win that season series?
7-6.
It was one game. Yeah. And I know some of that was early, but it shouldn't be this lopsided. Come on now.
This feels to me like it's like you're looking at the plane. It's like a Ramos and Moises in the clubhouse in 03. Should we get those tickets? Should we book it, Cap?
Book those tickets.
I mean, somebody at some point has to step up and do something about it. And it's not football. You can't have a guy flip a table over, but you can too at the same time. It looks like it was a bunch of nice guys.
Jason Hayward in game 7, different situation, but he got fired up and he said, we're going to do this for us and we're going to win this game. And you can do that. It's a different needle to thread in this sport, but yeah, you can absolutely do it. But you're right. I don't see the personalities there for that.
When you watch a team like, watch the Dodgers and Phillies tonight, they go get Joan Duran, the Phillies, and they are down 2-0.
Yep.
The Dodgers, they'll come out of the bullpen with Tyler Glasnow, Roki Sasaki. They'll start Yamamoto, Blake Snell, Clayton Kershaw. What are the Cubs doing?
Dude, and their bullpen.
Shota Imanaga.
The Dodgers bullpen's actually getting clobbered this postseason. Yeah. They almost gave it up tonight.
Eric, really good comment here, my man. Colin Ray did not give up a homer in September. I get hindsight being 2020, but damn, how can we all see Boyd's out of gas and Imanaga centers the ball down?
Yeah.
Eric, there might be some jobs open, since Eric, all they care about is 20. Correct. Yeah. Dude, we've been saying that for a better part of a week, even though that the Cubs advanced. And Colin Ray, like I said, is probably sitting down there in the 5th inning in the bullpen going, what more do I have to do? The resume speaks for itself.
These freaking geniuses get so in love with the numbers and the spin rates and the velocity and the guy that has this stuff and that stuff. Colin Ray just pitches. He's a bit of a throwback. He knows how to pitch. He's a veteran. He's got 5 or 6 different pitches he can bring to the table, and he pitches around the strike zone. He walks a couple guys here and there, but he gave up 4 singles and 2 of them didn't get out of the infield.
Well, maybe you can go sign Schwarber. He's only 0 for 7 with 5 Ks in the NLDS.
I'll take Schwarber every day of the week.
I would too.
And he would be right in the middle of that clubhouse and say something.
He would. That's exact. And you know what? Who do you trust more right now? Listen to this. The Phillies going to L.A. to play the Dodgers, the world champion Dodgers down 0-2, or the Cubs going home to play the Milwaukee Brewers down 0-2.
The Phillies more.
I trust it's not even because that entire plane ride over, you can have Schwarber giving the rah-rah speech with his shirt off. I mean,
any given game, they almost came back and won that game. I mean, I thought they were going to win it. If Castellanos was an idiot, or if actually the manager lost it for him by bunting with Castellanos on second, nobody out. What the hell are you doing? Take 3 swings to get him in. But anyway, he gets thrown out at third on a bunt. But
he did. I just watched it.
They got way more pitching and way more foul.
Way more. Michael Busch, what do you do in this game, PJ? You know what? That's a move that actually worked and made sense for Craig.
Yeah.
You know, Justin Turner, that one made sense. Busch is not – Ashby is not the type of pitcher Busch wants. Yeah. No,
get the bat out of the way and get him out of there next time. Yeah.
All right, boys, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, so's your team.
Yeah, well, when you're getting up to go to the bathroom at 3-something in the morning, I'll be getting in the car to go entertain thousands.
They're all right here waiting. They're all stepping. There's 1,200 people watching live right now. They're all waiting for you. They don't need to wait till 5 a.m. We're right here for you.
They got me. I'm here.
We'll be here. Look at this comment here. Ian Happ has to have naked pictures. The guy never moves down, never sits, nothing. He's got something on this team.
And I was the idiot that put him in a same-game parlay tonight, and I hit every other leg.
Yeah, well.
Oh, man.
I probably
you and other Cubs fans learn, Cap. I mean, come
Alan
on.
Gatone wants to know if we can go back to the College of Coaches again for the man.
Hey, Cap, this is a good way to end it from our guy, Jay True. Are you going to snore tonight, Cap? Because that's the one thing you got in you, buddy. It's the one thing you got in you.
So let me just tell you about our friends at Sinus and SnoringMD.com. My wife is upstairs fast asleep. I would come to bed back in the day, and I'd be snoring. And guess what? She said, "Hun, Sinus and SnoringMD.com. I want you to call him tomorrow. I'm done sleeping with you being as noisy, snoring as you are." So I did. I called, and the next thing you know, I sleep like a baby. They are the best in the business. So if you have the snoring issue, you got allergy issues, you got sinus issues, there's only one place to go. Sinus and SnoringMD.com. Take it from me. It works. I don't snore anymore. The greatest. Sinus, SnoringMD.com.
And for all the Brewers fans, there's plenty on here. I've seen a lot of the chat. They have a location in Kenosha, so you don't even have to cross the state line. Just stay up there and turn around and go back home.
Yeah, exactly. So ticked off.
One of my favorite stores is in Kenosha. I love that Woodman's right there along the highway.
Oh, I know exactly which one you're talking about, Jeremy.
Woodman's 3 minutes from my house, right here.
I like that Woodman's. I only go there
that one.
Milwaukee and back. It's great.
Hey, look at the spot. Look at other sponsors. Tasty Trade getting a drop here. Changed my life, Cap. Let's go. Not a whale.
How about that?
Hey, I'm freezing.
Hey, folks at Tasty Trade. There you go.
Screen grabbing this one for you right here.
Yes, you need that. Make sure we do.
All right, so Wednesday we will be live with you guys as soon as that game goes final. It could be the finale. We don't know. They could live to see another day, which would be Thursday. Right now, it's all day-to-day at this point, Cap. Are you going to even say wake up and find a way to win a damn baseball game? I know you are.
I am.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Wednesday, wake up, grab a cup of coffee, and find a way to win a baseball game. Don't let us win one. Don't let us win one.
Oh, Jesus.
We got 48 hours of that now.
Millar now.
That's it. David Millar right here.
All right, boys. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Everybody, we appreciate you. Don't let us win one. Don't. Better put